So my Thunder trucks broke again. This is the third time I've had a pair of Thunders break, and I don't expect trucks to last forever, but the last two times they broke in the exact same spot. So to the naked eye, these trucks look perfectly normal. A lot of people's trucks are really loose like this and they wobble a lot. The reason this is so wobbly is because the kingpin, which is what holds the truck together, the kingpin is the pin that goes straight through all of this mess right here, the bushings and all that, to keep the truck in place. That, for me, has snapped, and there's really no way to get the kingpin out to replace the kingpin because it requires a lot of extra work, because the kingpin is basically glued into the bottom and there's no way to unscrew it, because if you try to unscrew it, it's now broken, so it's just going to keep spinning and it won't actually unscrew. So really the only thing you can do, unless you want to spend literal hours of your time trying to replace it, because I have taken it to a skate shop before and they couldn't even do it because it's just such a freaking pain, the only thing you can do is buy a new pair of trucks. Now the first time my Thunders broke, it was actually okay because I'd been skating the trucks for like 2 years, which is a long time to be skating some trucks. The trucks actually cracked like right there. They literally just snapped off right where the wheels are from wear and tear, just skating the truck too long. But like I said, the last two times, including this time, the kingpin has broken. And I don't know if this is a common problem with Thunder trucks or if it's just a me problem. Like maybe me and my trucks being tight is what causes this issue. I don't know, but I just know buying a new pair of trucks all the time is just kind of a pain. But at the same time, they almost lasted me a year, so I can't be too upset about it. So after breaking 3 pairs of Thunders, you would think I'd want to switch truck companies, and I have definitely considered it, but I've just been skating Thunders for like 5 or 6 years at this point, and I'm afraid to switch companies because I'm afraid that the new truck isn't gonna go well with the way I skate or my style of skating, and it's just gonna completely throw off everything I'm doing, and I'm gonna have to relearn like everything that I do. I don't think it would be that dramatic, but I just don't want to have to go through this grueling process of figuring out my board again because I'm switching up trucks. I stayed with Thunders and ended up going with these. These are the Thunder Hollows Aftershocks, and I typically try to stay away from colored trucks because they usually just cost more for just some coloring, but I saw these. I really like the color blue. I was in the shop and I was like, I gotta snag these. So I paid about 10 extra bucks than the normal price, but they look good. I'm gonna like them, and this is what we've got. Now truck sizing is a little confusing. Literally just this past year, the last time I was buying trucks, I finally figured out my truck size. So I like have memorized it and I know it now, but I ride an 825 board. So in Thunders, it usually says it right here, it does. I ride a 148 in Thunders. Now every truck company has like a different number system, but at the end of the day, they all end up having like the same sizes. They just call them different things at each truck company, which is confusing and dumb for some reason. I don't know why they don't use a universal numbering system so all the trucks are the same, but whatever. On top of getting new trucks, I also got new hardware for the trucks. I got some Shorties hardware. Unfortunately, they didn't really have any like exciting colors at the skate shop. All they had were black and silver. So my old hardware was green and yellow / gold, so I could really see which one was my nose and tail just by looking down. This one, I'm gonna have to think about it just a little bit more because black and silver don't stand out too much, but I'm okay with it. It's new hardware. I definitely needed it. My other ones were starting to get stripped a little bit. While we're here and on the topic of trucks, I just want to talk about the break-in process of trucks. Now, trucks last generally a pretty long time, a year or two, depending on how you skate. And over that time, they start to develop grooves in the way that you skate. So like I do a lot of crooked grinds. Crooked grinds are one of my favorite grinds that I do. So on my front truck, there's like a groove right here. I don't know if you can really see it too well right now, but there's a groove where I crooked grind, which then makes it easier to crooked grind because I've done the trick so much. It creates a little path for the truck to just sit in quite nicely. Now, unfortunately, every time you get a new pair of trucks, obviously, those grooves are gonna be gone because this is super smooth. So every time I get a new pair of trucks, it's kind of like a painful process to break the trucks in. And I know I'm complaining about getting a new pair of trucks. I'm very fortunate to have these trucks. I'm just talking about a problem that you may encounter if you're going out buying a new pair of trucks for the first time. Don't expect your skating to be spot on even though you get a brand new pair of trucks. It's not like getting a new board. Boards don't really take that long to break in. Trucks can take weeks to break in. I've also heard, which I don't know if this is true, I've also heard not to tighten anything until you've skated them for a couple weeks. Then you can tighten them. If you tighten them too early, you run the risk of destroying the bushings, and the bushings are the little rubber things in there that help you to turn. So if you're new to the whole skateboarding world and you're wondering about trucks, how to take care of them, maintenance them, and make sure they don't blow out too soon, there's a tip for you if you're interested. So we've got the trucks, we've got the hardware. Again, my board is only like 2 skate sessions old. I've only been skating it for about 2 sessions. So let's put the new trucks on, the new hardware, let's get to the skate park, and let's hopefully try to break in these new trucks as quickly as possible. Oh my god, definitely one of the worst skate sessions I've had in a very long time. Nothing was really successful. I came in wanting to do 3 tricks and I only landed 1. Only one of them worked out, the heel flip, and it wasn't even that great. So today was definitely just unsuccessful, not a good session. And it was so frustrating about skateboarding. It's like, I literally did a varial heel the other day. I did multiple, like 2 or 3 on the hip. And I was like, okay, sick. Next video, I want to try to get one on film. And then I try to put it on film, and I'm trying it for almost an hour and only get close a couple times. And it's just so frustrating how skateboarding works. And it's even more annoying because like skateboarding is my outlet to like relieve stress and like not think about work. And you know, it's just a hobby of mine. And then when it gets frustrating, it defeats the purpose of why I'm even skateboarding in the first place. So it's just this all encompassing thing of frustration, and it's just so annoying. But at the same time, I guess that's what skateboarding is all about. You don't always land the trick. You got to come back to the spot, especially if you're street skating. You're probably not going to land the trick first time at the spot. Maybe in the next video, you'll see me attempt to do a varial heel again on the hip, and hopefully I have a little bit more success. I don't want to blame the trucks too much because the trucks actually feel pretty good, but I do think the trucks were throwing me off just a little bit but they're finally starting to break in. I'm finally starting to get some grooves where I crooked grind and where I smith and feeble grind. They're starting to form already, which is nice. That's gonna help out my grinds in the future. But this has been me setting up my new trucks, skating my new trucks. If you like this video, hit the like button. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.